Hello friend, welcome to Genius Tech YouTube channel. This video is discussed about by don't just be a PMM, be a strategic leader. So let's start my video. Kerry Wheeler. This article is based on Kerry Wheeler's inspiring talk at the Product Marketing Summit in Denver as a PMM member. You can enjoy the complete recording here. When she gave this talk, Kerry was a senior PMM at LATIC. She is since taken on a new role as a land customer marketing manager. Congratulations, Kerry. Every been asked to make a slide deck pretty or create a one pager that sales never actually used. Yeah, we've all been there. Us product marketers were asked to do a lot of things. We cite at the intersection of nearly everything in the business, and it's both a blessing and a curse. We have involved in countless conversations and have a voice in many decisions. It's exciting and dynamic, but it can also be overwhelming. Most PMMS know are high achievers and people pleasers. We want to be part of everything, and we know we're capable of making things happen. So we say yes, but here's the rub. Saying yes to everything can lead to burnout. Product marketing aliens. It's a blessing and a cures to side at the intersection of every department. Suddenly you are working 10-hour days, juggling project for customer success, product launches, sales motions, and training sessions, and often this of efforts don't even align with your goals. When this happens, PMMS risk being seen as a service center radar. Then the strategic leaders we truly are, it's a positioning problems. Not for the product, but for ourselves. So how do we flip the script? How do we stop saying yes to every task and start positioning ourselves as strategic leaders? To make this shift, we need to redefine how we approach ourselves roles. So I will develop two frameworks that will help you and your team transition from being viewed as a service center to becoming strategic leaders, and that's what I want to share with you in this article. I also share my three top tips to help you solidify your position as a strategic leader. Let's get into it. What does it mean to be a strategic leaders? Before we dive into our frameworks, let's unpack what being a strategic leader really means. Here's my definition. Strategic leaders chart the path forward for the business and take everyone along with them to achieve it. LATIC. Kerry Wheeler, lead customer marketing manager. It's about having a clear vision and using it to influence stakeholders, align teams, and rally them rally them toward shared goals. This also requires strong goal setting skills. If you're at a larger company, you might use frameworks like OKRs, objectives and key results, or V2 MOMS. If you're at a smaller organizations, you may not have formal goals in place yet. When I worked at Spring and Curem, both tiny companies, goal setting was always possible because prioritize shifted consistently, but that's where PMMS can shine. Sync we cite at the center of everything, were uniquely positioned to step up and define what's most important by raising our hands and taking ownership. We can guide our teams and organization toward meaningful, achievable objectives. That's the essence of being a strategic leaders, and it's the path I want to help you take. So let's dive into two frameworks that will help you do just that. Framework number one, the quarterly state of the union. One of my favorite strategies in conducting a quarterly state of the union. I started with this when I was the sole PMM at Curium, and it was a game changer. At the time I left, I felt completely overworked, juggling what I thought were impactful projects. But when I spoke with my SCEO, I realized the had no idea what I was working on. Worse, he didn't feel my efforts were driving the business forward in the way they needed to. That moment forced me to step back and refocus. I asked myself, it's what I am working on hitting the mark for our customers, and the market is it aligning with the broader business strategy. The state of the union become my way to ensure my efforts were relevant and impactful. At its core, this is a quarterly presentation that summarizes your key insights, achievements, and learnings from the past 3 months. It provides clarity and alignment across team and leadership. Here's what I like to include: market trends, competitor movements, internal learnings and feedback, new and exciting customer business performance, customer research and feedback themes. Let's dive deeper into each element. Market trends. Sent Start by aggregating insights about your industry. What big shift or trends have occurred in the past quarter? For example, in my current role at Lytic, an HR platform, we have seen trends like quitting, the great resignation, and now AI's impact on HR. These trends influence not just marketing my strategies but product development. To ask yourself, how can you latch on to relevant trends to deliver timely resonance messaging. What's happening in the market that your product teams and product teams to product team need to be aware of, so they can build features to solve new customer pain points. How to streamline market research. This can be a lot of work, so make it an team effort. At Letic, we used a select channel dedicated to the industry trends, where everyone in the company can share articles or opticals or observations. It's a simple collaborative way to gather insights without overwhelming yourself or your team. Competitive moments. Understanding your competitors is just as important. What features are they releasing? How are they positioning themselves? Are you noticing any shifts in their strategy? This isn't just about observing. It's about identifying opportunities or threats. Key areas to evaluate. Product launches and features. Are there gaps in your product compared to theirs? Sales insights. What are your sales reps hearing from prospects about competitors? Positioning and messaging. Do their messaging resonate more than your ears? How to gather competitive intel. At Analytics, we have a dedicated Slack channel for competitive insights where sales reps share what they are hearing on calls, including electoral or proposals from competitors. This helps us keep a pulse on the competitive landscape, identify trends on shifts quickly. Internal learnings feedback. Another key element of the State of the Union is aggregating internal learnings and feedback from the past quarter. This involves taking stock of the all the product launches, campaigns, and initiatives you are worked on. At my organization, we do a retrospective after every product launch. I basically copy and paste those learnings into our State of the Union and synthesize them into broader insights. तो दोस्तों आज की वीडियो को जैसे इतने में मिलता हूँ अगले वीडियो को तब तक के लिए बाय.